What's up, everybody? Couple of Bettors, episode 6, coming back at you.
You thought we would die. We're still here.
You can't kill us. Oh, actually, you probably could.
Well, alcohol might, but I think we still have a few more years. Thanks, Moose.
Well, actually, speaking of killing, just today, there was just a big stabbing on the Strip. Terrible. It looks like 8 people were stabbed. One of them's dead. They have the suspect in custody, but terrible event. 2
of them were showgirls, though. You know, if you've ever been to a Strip, there's these girls that are just trying to make a few bucks, and they're kind of annoying. We get it, but they're in the showgirl outfits. 2 of them were victims. Just like, that's heartbreaking because they're just trying to do what they can do, and nut jobs come out. So anyway.
Yeah, they shut down the Strip. It was terrible.
They really didn't shut down all the Strip.
I think it was by the Wynn.
Closer to the Wynn.
We're a little bit south of that, but it's terrible. So anyway, let's move on to much happier news.
Yeah, we're looking out for you people, though.
Yeah.
Sorry.
In much happier news, this week, Christine's brother, Rob.
Congratulations! He got engaged.
Love it.
And he's probably actually going to get married out of the 2 of us, you know.
Oh, yeah. For those you don't know, we've been engaged for, 15 years, together for 20. So we're working out. Once I feel like I know her, I feel like I'm going to pull the trigger and actually plan a date. But look. But
hopefully my parents can actually go to a wedding of one of their children because it ain't going to be me. So I'm really looking forward to this one. And I'm really proud of him. And the future's bright for them. So good for them.
Even dogs. She's got a great dog. Their dogs get along. They're just really happy couple. And we're really excited to see
Very
them.
happy for all of them. Yeah. We're so happy. So
congrats, guys. Look forward to seeing you guys soon. If it was in Vegas, it'd be better, but we're probably going to see you in Buffalo, New York.
Right. But Bill's Mafia with these 2 in the house. Bill's Mafia. They love it.
And it was great. They actually set up a Zoom, so a lot of us were out of town, some people across the pond and so on, and we all got to participate and watch it all happen, which was awesome. They did it he proposed at her work, and it was just a really cool scenario. So shout out to you guys. Love it.
Congratulations. We're so happy. Thank you.
As we always do it, Weekend at Bernie's. Look, he didn't really go out with us much, but he did stop by for a drink at a place called Beer House. So
you can see they're Golden Knights fan base house, but who wouldn't be because the Golden Knights play right next door to them. Yeah, and he was actually in the bar. We just, we had to try to find a good picture with the sign and stuff. But he was hanging out at the bar, and the people that worked there loved him. They were so happy. They love dogs. So if you have a dog, you come to Vegas, you can hang out at the Beer House. They're very dog friendly. He gets a dish. They're just happy to see them.
Yeah, anybody's in town for a preseason basketball game or you want to go see the Golden Knights at T-Mobile Arena, it's right across from there. It's right outside of New York, and it's also across from Park MGM, which is a little boutique casino that they opened up that used to be the Monte Carlo. It's a really cool spot, indoor, outdoor. They got the picnic tables. It's one of those situations where if you're sitting down, you go up to order the food, and they give you a little thing, and when it goes off, you go pick up your food. So it's kind of like a,
But they have Jenga, they have Connect 4. Like, they're totally doing that, beer garden stuff. Yeah. If you're in Brooklyn, Spritzen House, same kind of concept, but Vegas style. So highly recommend it. And again, if you live in Vegas or you're bringing your pet, go to Beer House. They welcome pets. It's all indoor, outdoor, so he can walk around the whole place. Nobody cares. Everybody's happy to see him.
They brought out the dog bowl with water and ice in it and stuff like that. So really cool, hospitable, great people, cool spot.
He had a good weekend. He's very tired right now.
He had a good weekend.
It wears him out for like 3 days, to be honest with you.
Someone else had a good weekend. This segment, you got Vegas.
You got Vegas.
You all know this one. So this one is, it didn't just happen, but the court case was settled. So that's why it's in the news. Corey Lewandowski, anybody who knows the Trump campaign back on the first round, he was the campaign manager at some point. He's been out of the news for a while, but he did get in trouble, came out to Vegas. And again, some people can't handle Vegas. So maybe
don't come to Vegas if you can't handle Vegas.
Corey Lewandowski, I think maybe you're in this camp. Maybe not the best place for you, bud.
Could say he's Polish.
Yeah, allegedly he stalked a woman who was, I think, at a conference or something that he was speaking at through the hotel where the event took place and told her, quote unquote, she had a nice ass, and he threw a drink at her. So, Corey Lewandowski, get your shit together, okay? Figure it out. Your wife's not happy about this scenario, okay? And You got Vegas.
You got Vegas.
Okay. Next one. Little people in the news. Let's face it.
All right. We all know Coolio, man. Gangster's Paradise. Fantastic song. Poor guy just recently passed away. It's been told that police paramedics spent 45 minutes trying to resuscitate him. He had some kind of heart attack, whatever. I'm no doctor, but something with the heart. So they went for 45 minutes trying to resuscitate him, and then he eventually passed away. R.I.P. Coolio. I mean,
yeah,
can't thank you enough for Gangsta's Paradise and all the songs that followed it.
Yeah. I guess the next one, look, this is a big one in this week. Tua, we had talked about it last week before the Thursday night game. We thought that Tua had a concussion in the game prior. He wobbled around against the Bills, stumbled, fell, and last podcast, you could pull it up, we said, should he be playing or not? Doesn't seem like he should be. And this guy gets slammed to the turf, and everybody saw it. The fingers were crinkled up.
This
not
is the
good.
next game, just in case people weren't paying attention.
After the Buffalo. This is actually this last weekend's game, and it sucks. I mean, this is like one of the worst things. If you were the NFL and you had to say, what's the one thing you do not want to happen in this game on that Thursday night? Mm-hmm. It's literally for Tua to get a concussion because everyone was talking shit about how maybe he shouldn't be playing. They called it a back injury. Didn't seem like a back injury. He gets slammed to the turf. Ugh, I mean, you see the way he gets slammed. I almost feel like he had a neck thing going on while he slammed to the ground. That was bad.
I do have to say, in the words of our friend Keith, who's Bills Mafia all day long, born and raised, just like me, he said the Dolphins fucked Tua. He was right. Because they fucked Tua by putting him back in the Bills game, and then you fucked him again by putting him in the next game on Sunday. And that's just what happened. And it's not fair, and that's why so they ended up firing the independent,
like neurologist that helps to check out and evaluate players whether or not they have
I'm not good with big words.
Because the NFL and the Players Association, they don't want this stuff to happen. They're protecting themselves. So they said, you know what? Instead of the team doctor saying, oh, yeah, you're fine to go out there because they want to win the game, they don't have the team doctor do it. They have an independent person do it.
I don't believe any of this.
It's just tough because they let him go back on the field. And if you asked 9 out of 10 Americans who were watching this game.
We watched it. We were like, he should not be back on the field. I'm pretty sure Dolphins fans were like, don't put him back on the field. Like, he was wobbling everywhere. It's like putting a drunk person behind a car. Like, he's fine. He just fell over a few times. So when they say he's an independent neurologist, I think we're all questioning it. I think the NFL is now like, oh, crap, maybe we got caught. There's going to be a lot of stuff happening. That guy got fired. I'm pretty sure he was like, man, he probably shouldn't go back. And somebody maybe said, maybe he should go back. We got to beat the Bills.
He wants to go in. And
I
played
Josh
football where there's concussions, and I've seen people with bad concussions come over to a sideline. It's one of those shake it off. The coach wants him back in the game. Are you good? And there's, when there's nothing behind the eyes, like she said, when you're drunk and you see some person and go, this person's in a blackout. There's nothing there. I've seen people like that, and they say, yes, let me back in the game. So you can't let them be the ones to decide this stuff. You have to basically save them from themselves, like taking the car keys.
What human being, what we saw on TV, we got a TV view, and we were just like, holy, he's going back? Like, did you see what he did? So all of this is garbage. I'm sure we'll be reporting back later, like, well, it turns out that the Dolphins just made him go back on. Okay, anyway, so Tua, listen, dude, we were rooting for you. I was impressed what you did against the Bills. That's hard for me to say, but damn, that should never happen to anybody. You should not keep playing. Whether you say it or not, somebody smarter should be up there saying, no, man, you can't do it. And that didn't happen in this case. So they're firing stupid people, but really I think they need to be looking deeper into the situation and finding out who made that guy go back on the field after he was wobbling all over the place and then put him into the next game and pretending like he didn't need to go for concussion protocol. If he would have, fine, he played a little bit of the Bills game. You don't put him in next,
on
4
Thursday.
days, 4 days later. That's ridiculous. So anyway, that's that.
The two quick things at the end of that. The guy who there was a book about concussions that not a book, a movie about concussions that Will Smith played in, and it went to the background of this guy who did a lot of. He was the one that did studies about concussions and CTE, and that was what the whole movie was about. The guy who that film was about came out, who's a CTE specialist, who's the one who basically found out what this stuff is. He said Tua, he basically said retire. He's like, oh God. He said, you're my brother. He said, please just
He's
hang
not
up.
going to retire. He's just starting. I get it.
It's tough. It just sucks.
It's up to the staff and to at least give him a few breaks. Now he's at least getting a break. I get it if he comes back. Tua, man, you got to keep playing because you got something good going on here.
Yeah.
And sorry.
Yeah.
But it's in my face. But they should have helped you. The Dolphins did fuck you. I will go with Keith. Keith, you were right. The Dolphins fucked him. And, we'll see you again.
Speaking of somebody who tried to fuck somebody, Elon Musk, this week, it's like he had the deal to buy Twitter, right, originally. And he says, hey, we're going to buy you for $54 a share. I like it. I want to buy Twitter, blah, blah, blah. And then the stock market goes down. And he says, well, fuck, I don't want to pay 54 if this thing's worth 30 if the whole market falls apart. So he's trying to back out of the deal. But I get it. For financial reasons, he has to try to back out of this deal.
We're all about making money. Make that money.
But there was, they wrote, when you write a merger agreement or a buyout agreement, it's ironclad. They put in a lot of things to make sure that both parties have incentive to close this transaction. So they did that. Twitter has good lawyers. Then Elon Musk came out and said, wait a minute, there's a bunch of bots. I don't know how many people are active users on Twitter. They misled me. Turns out there's a lot of texts, a lot of emails, a lot of things that are showing that Elon knew the whole thing all along the whole way. So he was supposed to be deposed for deposition this week. His lawyer was also. And at the end of the day, Musk realized, you know what? It's not even worth the court battle because I'm going to lose this thing. So fuck it. I'll buy him at 54. But can you also just drop the lawsuit against me? And then I'll buy your company and we're cool. Are we good? And then he also wants to fire the other guy so he can take control. So they're working those things out. Stock as of today was trading about a little bit over $50. Anybody in the merger arbitrage game who wants to get involved, if you want to buy Twitter at 50, 51, it's going to go to 54 if they close the transaction. Could be a 30-day thing where you make $3. Then you might be interested in also buying some puts at about...
Financial advice. Free financial advice.
Buy some puts at about 45, okay? And just take that arbitrage and lock in your couple
knows what he's talking about when it comes to financial advice. He knows.
Oh, boy. Former life. All right. Yeah. Back into the fun stuff.
This is good. Okay, I'm going to make this very quick because we do have to move on.
Yeah. Antonio Brown. AB.
Yeah, well, so we all know Brady's having some marital issues, and so Antonio Brown decided to make himself popular based on screwing over Tom Brady by sending out, what was it?
A picture of him hugging Giselle. Antonio Brown hugging Giselle.
Not hugging.
They were hugging after a game. They were embracing each other. What do you think?
Everybody pretty much says he was dry humping Giselle. Okay. Now, our theory is, and again, we're not experts, but the only guy to support this clown right here was Tom Brady.
Totally.
This guy is now clearly sending shit out to be like, you're divorcing your wife? I got your wife, right?
Trolling them.
Trolling. So we're just going to put a little tidbit of information out there and we're going to move on. Does Antonio Brown have some kind of shit on Tom Brady? Like, maybe Tom Brady isn't the all-natural guy we think he is. And we're going to leave you at that. Moving on.
Well, no, I'll give you...
Oh,
Alex,
God, can't we move on?
So, as everybody knows, who's a Pats hater, and that's me and her also.
Fuck the Pats.
So, for
not
years,
anymore,
we're wondering,
how's
this guy playing until he's 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45? He's the only one. He actually had his own, basically, it's like, almost think about it like a personal trainer. He had them setting up within the Patriots facilities their own sub kind of like company that they would train the players that were not part of it wasn't really part of the Pats organization, but it was a separate company, Alex Guerrero. There's rumors
that
there were rumors that they were actually supplying PEDs to the players that were part of this, and that like Belichick kind of half knew that this was going on, but wanted it to not be part of the Pats organization. So he said, look, Tom Brady, you can have this separately, whatever. Eventually, I think it actually got out of hand at the Patriots. And Belichick said, I don't even want these guys as in the organization anymore, in the facilities. So you have to do it outside of the facilities. Seems a little shady. Guess what? He goes to Tampa. Tom Brady brings those guys back. They're now in the Tampa facilities. Antonio Brown goes there where he was formerly at the Patriots, so they had a relationship together. Then he goes over to Tampa with the same crew of people. I think that Antonio Brown knows, and he's in on it, that he was taking PEDs. Tom Brady's taking PEDs, all from the same guy, and he knows he can troll them out in the public.
Josh talks so much.
I'm just saying. I think that's what it was.
Now you got one more, you idiot.
I'll be quick. Herschel Walker.
Wait, are you going to be quick? Is he going to be quick? Bets on. Is he going to be quick?
Yes. Go. Herschel Walker, running for office in Georgia. Very conservative guy. Former football player. I mean, one of the best running backs to do it.
Already taking too long.
Yeah. He was one of the best running backs to do it. And then as part of his campaigning, he was saying he wants to end abortion completely. I'm not getting into politics. I don't give a shit about this stuff. But he says, no exceptions, this and that. End it. No abortions for anybody. And then it turns out, did he pay for an abortion for an ex-girlfriend? Yeah, he did. Does she have the card that says get well soon? Yeah. Did he also Venmo her the $700 to do the abortion? Was it $550? Did she pocket the $150 difference? Yeah.
All right, so he's a hypocrite. Moving out.
Yeah, moving on.
Thank you for listening.
Hey, get your shit in order, okay?
This is very busy today.
This is politics. Pay her off. All right, where we watch the games?
Super quick, man.
Yeah,
Super quick.
Saturday. Place in a Mirage. It's called The Still. Actually, a really cool place.
Very cool, very cool.
A lot of TVs around. It's a cool sports bar vibe. They got some good food. Had their wings, pretty good.
Got to have a reservation for a football Sunday, though. They said very clear. They're very busy.
But they are willing to do a reservation at a bar seat.
Yes. You can pick out your bar seats and tell them what games you want to watch, and they'll make it happen. American?
Yeah, American bar. If anybody's been to Vegas, the Link, there's a Link Promenade, it's called, which is a bunch of different shops that are alongside the Link, and there's restaurants and bars and so on. This place has been around for a while. Mm-hmm. They just renovated the whole thing. Used to be just one back bar. Now there's a big square bar in the middle of it. Really cool place.
They redid it well. It's more comforting for people who want to just hang out at the bar, but you can watch every game there. They've got 1,000 TVs. No bathroom in the place. You got to go out and use the restroom for the Link, but that's not a big deal.
No, it was a really cool spot. So recommend American. Also recommend The Still. Really cool place to watch games. How'd the betting go? How did last week's betting go?
If you looked at what we posted specifically or talked about specifically, not that well. But again, people, if you watch our little segment on how to bet second half and live bets, you would see how we actually ended up making money last weekend.
That's right. There's going to be another betting 101 thing that we're going to release separate videos on, show you how to live bet and half bet. But yeah, the ones we told you about.
This is one of those.
Losses, right? So we were losers in college, 0-2 there.
But by the second half, we ended up making some wins, and we put more money on, so we ended up making it all back.
That's right. Look, Dolphins, Bengals, that was a loss.
That was such a loss.
The Giants.
I took the Giants-Bears over. Oh, my God. The game was fantastic if you're a Giants-Bears fan because you're just watching this shit. As an over person, I'm like, stop taking the ball from each other and doing nothing with it. There was no over. It was definitely an under game. I'm watching it next to the Bills game. I'm just like, I'm not going to make this over, but I was so in tune to the Bills game because we all know how that didn't go very smoothly, so that was rough. But
they, I think it was 20-something points ahead in the first half. Looked pretty good, but the second half was just really
just constant turnover to each other, but with doing nothing with the turnover, so that was a...
Dude, Lions Seahawks. Anybody see that game? If you had the over 1,000,000 points, you still won.
Oh my God. Geno Smith, suck
Whoa.
Okay? Because... I gave you props the first game, right? You didn't give it to me. Then the next game, you come out. And then I said, well, that's it. He's got nothing left. And then this game, you crushed the Lions. And the Lions, come on, Lions. I said you were my lock of the week. You're going to nail Geno Smith. No, not even close. And we were at Beer Park, 1,000 Lions fans. You think the juju would make it? Nope, nothing. So at this point, I don't even know what to bet. Always do second half and live betting because... I lost my mind on this one. I thought we were going to crush it. We didn't even come close. Geno Smith, I don't know what you're doing. I'm still not giving you like congratulations because you kind of shit the bed sometimes. Sometimes you're really good. Play the Buffalo Bills. Let's see how you do.
He was the NFC Player of the Week.
Play the Buffalo Bills. Let me see how you do.
Well, that's
okay?
true. The Lions' defense, Swiss cheese. But anyway, so that was but the Falcons. Falcons was a good win for us. People didn't expect them to pull out that win against the Browns. They did it.
Raiders.
Raider Nation. That was my lock. That was my lock of the week, everybody, if you saw it. And that means I put a bunch of extra units on this thing, so I was ready to fire away on this one. So that was a good winner. It saved
Raiders
us.
was a good winner for both of us. I did not bet the Falcons, so I needed the Raiders to pull out that win, and they did. They did. Good job, Raiders.
We're at American Bar that we just talked about, and there was a pack of about 10 Chiefs fans really chatting them up, just talking about
hammered
Pat Mahomes.
as hell. They were up all day.
They were giving us a lot of tidbits, and they were really juicing us up. And we said, you know what? Let's take the Chiefs. And then also, we thought not only are they going to win, even though they're getting 2 points,
right?
We think they're going to win by, and this is a prop bet, between 7 and 12 points. So if they win by 10 points, which they did, this one wins, and that's a plus 525. So you put $100 on it. Now all of a sudden you got yourself 525. Nailed that bet. That was the one that saved us as well.
Right.
Niners, that was a mess.
However, I won on the second half bet. So I'm up for the weekend. Again, if you look back at the last episode, it doesn't seem like it, but with all the halftime bets and the prop bets, totally up for the weekend. He might be up.
Flattish. Flat.
So you think we're losing. We're actually not. We're fine, but we'd like to be up sky high.
Yeah, and it's a 46% hit rate for the week, which last week was somewhere in the 40s as well, and both weeks were positive. So that means the ones that we're betting more on that we like are the ones that are hitting. So moron. So anyway, week four takeaways. Lions defense is trash. Aaron Glenn, you were on the Jets when I was a ball boy. You were a cornerback of the Jets. And you were really good, one of the best players on the Jets. There's a machine where you fire balls so people can catch them and practice catching. You had to do a certain amount of them every single week, and you would come to me because you knew I could shoot those balls at your face, no pun intended. And then I was doing it, and then somebody started talking to him once, and he goes like this, 1 second, and I didn't see him do that because I'm doing the ball. A ball flew right by his face within about this much of you, and you looked at me like you wanted to kill me. Well, now I look at you like I should kill you because this is a terrible defense that you're running. You're letting up 50 points. So anyway, you guys got to get that shit together. People think he's going to get fired.
Don't mess with our money, bro. Don't mess with their money. Patriots. I love this Patriots. I got to be honest with you. You people are no longer my problem. I'm just going to say that.
But this is not what you would expect.
No, they're doing fine, but I can't celebrate enough that it's no longer Tom Brady with Belichick and just craziness, awesomeness. Like, these Patriots fans needed to get this little kick in the ass. You need a break, okay? Welcome to the rest of the world where it's not always sunshine and rainbows. You got to work your way through this. You did well this week, decently. Not
still an L.
Yeah, you still lost, but you hung in there. We got to give credit where credit's due. However, I'm so glad that you're not my problem.
Yep.
The Jets might be my problem. Most likely not.
Probably not.
But we just, let me give his limelight for a second. But this is the first time that he's close. Like, come on.
NFC West, 4-way tie. So that's an interesting division to watch. It always sucks. I've seen this play out before, where you all of a sudden go to the playoffs and a bunch of teams are like, it used to be 16 games. So it was 8-8, 9-7. And then, 2 of them don't go to the playoffs, and it just sucks when you're in a competitive division. But NFC West is all knotted up. Giants 3-1, can't believe it. Jets 2-2. Who would have thought the New York teams?
Good job, Jets. This man, he deserves to celebrate something. He's been rocking your gear for years when you've done nothing for him, as have I with the Bills. But I love my Bills. I will never not love my Bills. Give him a good job. Thank you for giving him a good day. We are both very happy on Sunday. Very happy.
I have 2 pairs of sneakers that have Jets on them. Is that sad? Yeah, it is. Eagles, man, they keep fucking crushing 4-0.
Philly fans, I will see you in the Super Bowl, and we will create havoc everywhere. Let's go. I'm excited. Let's go.
Chiefs, man, they look like the Chiefs. The Chiefs haven't looked like the Chiefs. They actually look like the Chiefs.
I hope the Chiefs stop looking like the Chiefs. I hate the Chiefs.
Just a little quick thing. What do the standings look like? I mean, if you can't, okay, Buffalo and Miami are tied. Makes a little sense to me. AFC North, Browns, Bengals, Ravens. The Ravens should be on the top of this list. That's a little bit disappointing to me.
I'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah. And then some of the other ones, Jacksonville, Titans, fine, whatever. Kansas City leading, that makes sense also.
Makes sense,
Chargers, a little disappointing. We'll see what happens there. And then in terms of the NFC, Eagles 4-0. I don't think anybody was predicting 4-0. Although
I'm proud of you, Eagles, though. Let's go. Dirty, dirty cities. Let's get it.
If you want to rewind back to episode 1 where we talked about the whole season, there was a preview. We did say to bet the over on Philly 8.5 wins, and we have that bet. I just want to say it's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good.
All I'm also gonna say is I can't wait. Like, I want to face you clowns into the Super Bowl because this is gonna be the best. The world doesn't even know what's coming for them. It's gonna be fantastic.
Love
so
it.
I want that to happen. Let's
We'll
go
do it
Eagles.
Sunny Arizona, I think, right? Speaking of Arizona, look, they're all knotted up in the NFC West. We just talked about that. 2-2 for everybody. I'm surprised at the Seahawks. Nobody would have thought with Geno and them that they'd be 2-2.
Geno.
They're playing well, so you never know. The Rams look like shit. Cardinals, iffy. And the Niners are iffy. So I almost think, I'm looking at this right now, and based on the way things are playing out, the Niners might be the ones who win that one. To win that division. I don't know. You'd probably love to see them in the Super Bowl, wouldn't you? Jimmy G?
No, I want to see the Eagles in the Super Bowl. I think the two grittiest cities need to go against each other.
Yeah, well, I agree to that. Whoa! What was that, folks?
I don't think that's what you wanted.
Oh, here we go. That's
is that what you're going? All right, guys. So this is my time to rant. All right. So let's make it quicker than it needs to be.
what? Quicker than it needs to be. Well,
because Josh already spent so much
20
time
seconds long.
talking about all of his other garbage that we don't need to listen to. So, Ravens, I ain't mad. You guys are a good team. I'm shocked that we won the way the game played out. Okay, let me put it this way. I shouldn't say I'm shocked that we won, but it was a close game. It deserved to be a close game. You guys are a good fucking team. That was very impressive. I am not saying any crap about you guys. You did everything you could. Lamar had a bad fumble, but we had many, so it wasn't even, but the Bills are my guys. Like, I grew up with these people. I am never going to talk shit about them. They did the best that they could. What I'm worried about is Allen again was the star of the game. He needs to. He should be the quarterback. He's doing all the running of the plays. We need him to make it the whole season and into the Super Bowl. And if this man gets hurt, I don't know where we're going to be. So we need to put more effort outside of Josh Allen. That's my biggest concern. Yeah. Welcome back, Mr. Poyer. I know what you want. You want these interceptions, and you're getting them. Keep it up, brother. Because you're the one that's changing these games.
Keep it up, brother.
Dude, he changes. He came in. It was second half. He got that interception, and the whole thing turned around, and that's how we won. So let's not be, kidding ourselves. It's a whole mood change. Now, listen, we're playing Steelers in Buffalo. No matter who we play in Buffalo, we're going to crush it because you got Buffalo. But also, Buffalo Bills players, understand that you have people from Buffalo, working class people who are spending their money traveling everywhere. If you look at these stadiums, even in Baltimore, in Miami, everywhere, it's mostly Buffalo fans. They're coming to you. Please, you gotta win for them because they're spending their hard-earned money to come watch you because they care. We need this. This is all our city has, and we support hard. So
yeah, you got like Gary Podolowski who works down at the steel factory. He's spending.
Steel factory.
All right, maybe this was 1982.
Yeah, you're way too late. No, I'm not done yet. Honey,
talked about the Steelers.
I still get more rants.
Okay.
I get still more rants. Okay, but my point is it is a true point. If you're from Buffalo and you see you look in those stadiums, and you've pointed out before. It's mostly Bills fans. Yeah. And we're not Yes, now that, and I've said this to him, Josh Allen's becoming a known human being, a known figure. You are going to get some girls that are going to be like, I'm a Bills fan. Yay, I love Josh Allen. It used to be, if you were from Buffalo, you were a Bills fan, or you were around the area, you were a Bills fan. And when you saw these people, you're like, you have some kind of tie to Buffalo. So when you look at all these cities and it's mostly Bills fans, know that these are people that are rooting for you, rooting hard for you, and they need you to win. Weather played a role. Everybody kept saying that. I don't give that to the Bills because the Ravens did very well in that weather. Buffalo, that's our weather. Like we live in the dark rain crappiness. I do understand the ball slips and slides, but the Ravens didn't have a problem with that. We did. So we need to figure out why that was a problem for us. And then we now have, the Steelers. And the only thing I would say about this, and not in the favor of the Bills, it's the Steelers. Like, you're not going to play Trubisky. Trubisky played under Josh Allen for a year on the Buffalo Bills. You don't think you want to use some of his knowledge against? Great. Fine. You want to put Pickett in? Go ahead. Be my guest. I'm very confused by this. I feel like Trubisky might have some information that could be useful. You're still not going to win, but I'm very shocked that you chose to go this route. And all I can say is, the Steelers have no way of winning against Buffalo. In Buffalo, the weather's going to be great, Buffalonians. Tailgate like shit. Run through those tables. Show them who's boss. Bills Mafia in the house on Sunday in Buffalo. Sunny skies. I can't wait to watch it on TV at 9:30 in the morning. Let's go. That's my rant.
That's a rant.
That's my rant.
Now, first game. This game is actually, so we're recording this on Thursday, and we have 16 minutes until this game actually kicks off.
So hopefully we'll finish this.
We posted on Instagram already, so people know this. We're on the Broncos. The line moved to 3.5. So right now on the screen it says 3. It actually went off at 3.5.
We took it at 3 though, so just so you know.
I just took it today at 3.5.
I took it at 3. I'm
well
a winner.
done. Well done.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter. Hopefully, look, we need to have Russell have a breakout game. He does have a sore shoulder.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of that.
Wait, hold on though. So again, watch if you're really into this betting thing, watch the first half. If things aren't going like the Colts have been mind-blowing to me at some points. So if things don't look the right way, check out the second half spread or check out some of those prop bets and maybe, and if Russell looks like shit, then you can maybe make your money back. So don't, start here, start low, and then move on to the second half bet if you want.
Yep. We'll post it after this game, so that's not going to matter for this one. But the Colts turned the ball over 3 times last week.
Oh, my bad. I forgot about that.
They've been turning the ball over a bunch. They also ran for only 38 yards. So the Colts are really going to be living and dying by the pass, especially because Jonathan Taylor is inactive for the game tonight. So that's another reason why we're betting the Broncos here, because the Broncos gave up 212 yards of rushing to the Raiders. But if the Colts don't have their running back here, that should actually be a nice balance for them. So we think this is going to be a Russell Wilson breakout game. We think the Broncos are going to cover this one, not only 3.5, probably win by 7 to 14 points.
I'm not sure if I would say breakout game, but just like.
Well, he's got to look like Russell Wilson. He can't look like shit anymore. So
yeah, he can't look like shit, but he's not going to crush it.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll win by the spread. Okay, so with these London games, we're in a little bit of a standstill here. Living in Vegas, these games start at 6:30 a.m. Your regular games, the Sunday, 1 o'clock games, they start at 10 a.m. here. So we are not in any way watching the London games.
No,
we're going to be honest with you. We're not doing that at 6:30 in the morning. It's hard enough getting to a bar at 9:30 in the morning here. So
I feel like the only people that are watching the London games in Vegas, they're staying up from the night before.
And we don't want to be with those people.
No,
so we're going to go.
I'll be sipping coffee, but I will be betting the under here. The Giants, if anybody knows this, they're banged up at quarterback. They got Daniel Jones with the ankle. Tyrod Taylor has a concussion. They're on to number 3, Davis Webb. and they were trying to sign people. They just worked out a couple quarterbacks. AJ McCarron and Fromm was a former Georgia who also was a backup for the Bills.
Not DeGrom.
So no, Fromm. So we think that honestly, this is going to be one of these weird London games where we think it's going to be a low scoring game.
Yeah.
I'm betting it. Christine's holding off, but we think that's one is going to be under 41.5 out in London.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Yep.
Oh, Geno Smith, I hate you.
Yeah.
I can't say how much I hate you.
Jameis Winston is hurt for the game, so he's not playing there. This is a note. That's going to be Andy Dalton. I don't know why I said it like that, but
he's a nice guy, though.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do like Andy Dalton.
What do they call him? Fired up ginger red man? I don't know what it is, but the Seahawks offense though, 500 yards against the freaking Lions.
If I were to put money on this game, which I will not, because I am done with the Seahawks, I would take the Seahawks, but I am done with them. And Andy Dalton is a nice guy. The Bills did a lot for him, and he was appreciative because Bills Mafia, we run the world.
They put you in the playoffs that one year.
Yeah. Well, and we also donate to charities, and we do the right thing. So, anyways.
Anybody who's listening to this podcast hears her say that every week.
Yeah, I will continue to say it. We did the backpacks for Lamar Jackson. He's all about the backpacks for kids, and we donated a crap ton to the backpacks for the kids, and they still email us about that.
Donate it for the kids. Do it for the kids. Do it for the children.
We're all about charity in Buffalo, just to be clear.
Next game, Texans, Jaguars. So some people call it Jaguars. I don't understand why they say that. Jaguars or Jaguars.
That's how they say in Australia, I think.
Either way, we're betting them. Texans 0-3-1. Davis Mills. Just don't think it's going to happen. I think that the Jaguars last week had a rough run. They were up on Philly 14-0. Turned the ball over a bunch. T. Law, Trevor Lawrence, Edie Falco, long, beautiful hair. That's what Monkey calls him, T-Law.
I call him Horseface.
Yeah, Horseface. But anyway,
Sunshine.
You can't turn the ball over that many times and beat the Eagles, especially. But I think that they'll get that stuff together. They're at home. I think this is going to be one of those big W's for Jacksonville.
Yeah,
and
I
think
agree.
You're on it also, so we're both betting it. This is the game she was just talking about. Philly. The Steelers. How are the Steelers going to go to Buffalo and beat Buffalo in Buffalo on a 59-degree, sunny skies, beautiful day where people out of their minds?
Bills Mafia is going to get nuts because it's going to be a nice day. We know we don't get a lot of nice days in Buffalo, but this is all sunshine.
They're going to be in a blackout by the time they watch this game, but
it's fine. However,
the 14-point spread is a big spread. That's a big spread.
The spread I get for a non-fan is a lot. I, as a fan, refuse to bet on the Bills. I've said this a million times, so that's why I would take the Bills. But I feel like if I take the Bills, at one point I'm just going to jinx them, so I'm never taking the Bills ever. But they will cover that spread. I understand, though, how somebody might be a little terrified to cover that spread, but it's fine. I'll just say to you, they over-crush that spread.
For me, so as a gambler, this is a term you're going to hear a lot. It's something called a backdoor cover. Basically, it means that, let's say the Bills, you think they're going to crush, and they are. They're up by 21 points, and it's late into the fourth quarter. Josh Allen's on the sideline. He's got his shoulder pads off already.
This is true.
They're playing other people. The game's already over. There's no chance that the Steelers are going to win. But then all of a sudden, because the Bills put their backups in, they don't want people to get hurt, and a 21-point victory. In the last 1 minute, the Steelers go down and score, and now all of a sudden it's a 14-point or whatever it is, 13, 14 points. And then you lose the bet. They would call that backdoor covering, where the Steelers had a backdoor cover at the very end of the game. You don't want that to happen. That's the only reason I'm not betting it. If this goes down to 13.5, I'd probably take it.
Right. I would say, though, the first 2 weeks, we covered these large spreads.
True.
So, and against the Rams, we put by third quarter, we had, all the backups
They still were doing
and
well.
They still crush it. So it's mathematically, but if you want to give it a shot. I would totally agree. But again, I don't want to jinx my team because God forbid I put some money on, they're just gonna lose by Steelers are gonna score 20 points on them because I finally, for the first time in my life, put money on Bills. So I'm not doing it. I would suggest it.
You just got to feel that with the Bills defense against a rookie quarterback making his first start, Kenny Pickett. Von Miller just came. Kenny Pickett said, I know we're underdogs. And Von Miller was just like, stop it, Kenny.
You're not
Stop playing the
underdogs.
underdog game,
Right.
Kenny. And then, Mike Tomlin was out there talking about how Von Miller is an alien from another planet. And he's just,
He is, and I love him. I love you, Von Miller.
Anyway, this is definitely, I think, going to be a winner. Just a matter of are they going to cover the 14. So I'm staying away from this one, but I do think that if it was going to be a chance, the Bills are going to cover. Next up, Falcons at the Bucks. Tom Brady, this is the stat that you had.
Yeah,
Tom Brady has not lost 3 games in a row in 20 years.
I hate Tom Brady, but he's right. This is
Just putting that out there.
I just wanted to put that out there, but I will not put my money on Tom Brady.
Big spread here. And Atlanta, I just won money on Atlanta this week against the Browns. Mariota had them actually looking pretty good. They're 2-2. They're on the upswing, and the Bucks are actually on the downswing here, where they just lost 2 games in a row. So it's a sketchy one where I want to stay away from it because of the 8.5-point spread. Will the Bucks win by 7? Probably, but I think that's it's one you probably want to stay away
If you're
from.
a gambling man, go for the Bucks. Oh,
Titans, okay? Titans at Washington. The Commanders suck. I will say that.
yes.
Commanders suck. I do think the Titans, they just got a nice little W last week. I think this is actually one where they're going to build on it, and they're going to come out with a win. I'm gonna bet them. I know they're at Commanders. It's a short little trip over there from from Nashville over to Washington. So I'm taking them. Christine's leaning that way also, but she's
not trying to bet every game.
Can't bet every game.
It's very hard to pay attention to my team and all the teams I bet on.
well. How about another game we're gonna bet?
Yeah, this one. See,
The Dolphins versus the New York Football Jets.
New Jersey Jets.
It's a New York metropolitan area, and
New Jersey Jets.
so look, they don't have Tua.
Right.
The Dolphins are out without Tua. I am a big Teddy Bridgewater fan, and he's come out and thanked them recently.
It's true, he is.
Because he said to the Jets organization, you gave me a shot after, people don't know, reconstructive knee surgery, bad. People said he wouldn't even walk. He got back out there. We gave him a shot. He actually looked pretty good after. He bounced around a little bit, and he went to the Saints, and then now he's a backup at the Dolphins, and I think he's going to get a shot here. He throws a really nice deep ball. He threw when Tua went down. He hit Tyreek on a very deep
he was
throw.
Fine. So that's why I took the over. Like, again, I try to stay away from these games, but I know he's going to be paying attention, and I think the over is a pretty good one. So if you guys are like, if you're a Buffalo fan or you're trying to stay away, a Patriots fan, or you don't want to like pick it, go with the over on me. I think the over is going to cover. He's obviously taking the Jets for obvious reasons, but also because he thinks it's going to happen.
They're at home, right? So the Jets are at home here. Building up on a big win that Zach Wilson had last week where he brought his team back to beat the Steelers. Some trick plays, some fun stuff there. Garrett Wilson has him going. Breece Hall was one of the rookies of the week because he had that beast of a run to get him that touchdown at the end of the game to win it. Zach Wilson brings him down and says, before the final drive last week, they're down by 3. He said, let's go score a fucking touchdown to his team. And he fucking got him to go down. Instead of just, we're going to go kick a field goal, tie it up. No, we're going to go score the fucking touchdown. They did it. I'm pumped up on them. Let's go, Jets.
He found his mom's best friend, and he had a good night.
Yeah, maybe.
So there's
some people are saying that maybe Zach Wilson should be DMing Giselle, maybe. It's possible. Next game. Chargers at the Browns. Chargers had a nice bounce-back game last week. And I thought maybe Herbert with the rib injury was actually going to be... No, he threw for 300-something yards. They had a good game. Browns just lost to the Falcons. Not the best. So, we're both sitting there looking at this one saying...
We're not touching it.
It's a high under-over. So if we're going to lean anywhere, we're going to go for the under. But we're actually staying away from this one. So it should be a good matchup, but we're staying away. Lions and Patriots. Look, the Lions, it's like...
The Lions keep getting me. I mean, like, I love them and I hate them because I love them because they made me money. Then I hate them because last week they did not make me money. But against the Patriots, definitely going to make me money. And then he took the over, so we're not in competition with each other.
No, and I think because the Patriots, they're without Mac Jones.
They're a hot mess right now, yeah.
Brian Hoyer, they might actually be starting the third string guy over there for the Patriots. They're home, which is helpful. The Lions, we know their offense is one of the best in the league right now. under Dan Campbell, former tight end. They have the offense
Defense
rolling.
is not that good.
The worst in the league. That's why they're 1-3. They look so much better. So
that's why he took the over. I'll take the Lions. Make it simple.
Yep.
No, it's not my lock. Let me tell you that. But I'd like to go for it. So we'll see who wins. May the best man win. So Eagles. Can't wait to see you guys in the Super Bowl.
So the Eagles, 5.5 points. Look, they're 4-0. They're going on the road to Arizona. Arizona's look spotty. They have a good game. They have a bad game. They're 2-2. They look a little bit worse than I would have thought they would have looked.
Can I just say I didn't want to take any of this because at some point the Eagles are due. No one's going to go undefeated this far. I mean, is it against the Cardinals? If there's a shot that they could lose, I don't know how, but at this point,
probably.
Yeah, you're fucking 4-0, and even the Bills are not 4-0. But you also played easier teams. I'm just saying. But so I stayed away from this because it's I don't want to put any money on this because I don't know. At some point, they're not going to be undefeated anymore because no team is.
It's a matter of just even luck at some point where you have a weird fumble, a batted ball in the air, it's an interception. That stuff changes the whole momentum of a game. We're staying away from it. I would lean Eagles here at the 5.5 still because I'm not that confident that Arizona is any good. She's going to lean to the under 48.5 because that's a big number.
Yeah, it's a big number, so under is...
We'll see what happens.
But again, we're not touching it.
Not touching it. Yeah, Cowboys and Rams.
We both say Cowboys just because the Rams, we've been watching them a lot. They're terrible.
They don't look good.
Cowboys, I just have a vendetta because I put a lot of money on you and I really was hoping for the best, but so I would go Cowboys on this one, but again, trying to limit how many games I put money on during this. This is I think still the 1:00 games.
I think this is the 4s.
I
don't know. I'm not positive.
We're trying to pick out I think I have too many 1:00 games and I have a bunch. I have 2 of the 4:00 games, so I don't want too many, but. So you got to pick and choose. You can't bet everything.
And
but we would do Cowboys.
You got to think that the same way she was saying that the Eagles going to go, they're 4-0, they're going to keep it rolling. Is Cooper Rush going to not have one of those bad games? He's got 3 good games in a row. Yeah. He's on the road at LA. They do have Aaron Donald there, beast. So we lean that way with the plus points because they're getting points there in LA, but we're not betting it. This one is a bet.
One we chose to bet.
Love this one. Look,
Lamar,
Ravens,
you did fantastic against the Bills. You are going to crush the Bengals. I have no doubt about that. That's why my money's going on the Ravens. Now, do I want to see you in the playoffs? Absolutely not, because you were a hard team to beat. But I want to make money, so let's go Ravens.
Yeah, this one is my lock of the week. I don't know. Nobody cares. But anyway, I think this is Lamar at home saying, you know what? I know it's a division game. Former Super Bowl team, the Bengals are coming in here. Whatever. They've looked like shit. They're only giving us 3 points, which means they think they're the same, basically, because a home team will generally get a 3-point favor. That's how things usually work. So I think that's bullshit. I think the Ravens crush it, and I think this is going to be a blowout.
Yeah. We're actually really looking forward to watching that.
Yep. And then the last game, this is going to be, that was the Sunday night game. This one is going to be the Monday night game. Mm-hmm. Raiders at the Chiefs.
Now, listen, we're always big fans of, Raider Nation, but one, they're not playing here, okay? So that's part of it. Yeah. And the Chiefs, you can't, if you want to make money, you're not going to go Raiders on the Chiefs. It's just not, listen, if it was Bills, Chiefs, I get it. You got some thinking to do. Here, not so much. We're taking the Chiefs, absolutely, -7. They're going to crush this spread. It's easy. And you know what? If things are struggling, you always got that second half bet. But they're not going to be, they're not going to lose to the Raiders.
Mahomes, prime time, Mahomes. You saw him last week with those spin moves and the whole thing, just putting on a show. As much as we think the Raiders are pretty good, they had a nice little win there.
Yes.
At the Chiefs.
However, Raiders, if you can beat the Chiefs, I will lose money to that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Go ahead. Get at it. But,
true.
Statistics show that's not.
So what are we actually betting? Your chance to go screenshot this one and bet every single one of these bets. Bet all of them because they're winners. We're staying away from college this week. We didn't find any games we really loved, so we're only into that stuff. If we really like a game, we're going to go out and we're going to watch it. So we're not doing that.
We're also trying to stay a little sober.
Sober.
My lock of the week though is the Jaguars. If anybody's interested.
Yep, her lock of the week, the Jags.
I've lost on some locks, but I definitely won on some locks.
So this is it. So we both like Browns Colts. We both like the Jags. Right, that's your lock. We both like that Ravens against the Bengals. That's the lock.
Right.
So there's a lot of stuff going on here. This is what we're actually betting. But as you know, we're going to be betting live. We're going to be betting halves.
Check out our second half live betting. What do you call it? Educational video clip.
Oh, betting 101s.
Betting 101 if you want to know how that works, because that's the way to get your money back if you don't look like it's not coming to you.
So look. All the platforms, go subscribe to all of them, please. Like all the videos.
Like us.
Look, we got YouTube. We're cutting up little clips on there, making it a little more fun for you to watch things on YouTube. We're trying to do some more things. We're probably going to start taking some calls. We're going to do some call-in things, doing some guest appearances with some little interview things like that. So, look, who are the people on our list? Right now, we had a few people on the list, a few people that did decline already. Obama. The Queen's dead, so there's 2 that are gone. So we're working our way down.
Maybe Trump. We're waiting for his response.
We're waiting for it. We got maybe DeSantis. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We got to go down to Florida again. So we love you all, and we'll see you soon.
We're a couple of bettors. Make that money.
Make that money. You ready for it?
Couple of bettors. Bettors.
I want to make money. Couple of bettors.
Couple of bettors.